What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. My name is Rafael, and this is Visos Travel. And half of Visos Travel, I guess. If you're expecting my wife, she's not back from work yet. Unfortunately, that's what happens when we go back to work and we have this tight schedule of 5:55 Central. Sometimes she's here, sometimes she's not. Uh, And I just walked in the door about 2 minutes ago, so that's how tight it is. So let me go through the comments and let's see who was here first. Ooh, the professor. Look at that. Good afternoon. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. Mary, Ellen, Dylan. Hey, Rafi. Trouble finish work just in time. I'm ready. And I'm sure you recognize the ship behind me. And let me see if I can fix my camera. Give me just a moment here. Yeah, don't have to go the other way. There we go. That way I'm above the comments. There we go. Hello. Traveling with Nick B. Hello, Rafi. Thank you. And who we have here to travel and tour? Neil, hello. Say hello to the beautiful Kim as well. Hello, fellow travelers. Thank you for coming in. Do Ski, poking around the green room. Where is the champagne and red M&Ms? My contract require. Oh, this is a little bit of a hint of who is with us today. He is asking for champagne and red M&Ms. Unfortunately, because of COVID, we have to, just give you water. I am so sorry. But we will make it up in our next cruise or adventure together. Mary Ellen Dylan. Gotta make sure Rafi satisfies your rider. All right. Hello. Everybody's saying hello to each other here. Hello. Finish working just in time. Just start rice for dinner. What kind of rice? White rice, fried rice. Also seeing the froggy face. Let's see who else we got here. Just Dave. Welcome in. Let's see here. Megan Morris. Just. It looks a little familiar, she say, about the ship behind me. Megan Morris, just popping in to say hey and give a like. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you're not subscribed, make sure you click the red subscribe button and make sure you do a like because it helps the channel a lot. Ryan Donahue, hello. Let's see who else we have here. Tommy Dodson, hello. Evening all. If you hear my kids complaining, I apologize. 7-year-old is a little whiny today. Okay, she's making brown rice. Okay. Well, I hope it turns out perfect. Of course, to travel and tour, they're saying, Duchess, hello. All right, but let's get to it. Let's get to what you're waiting for. The mister, the one and only, the one that when you say something to him, he just does it. Today, I was thinking at work, it's like, what am I talking about today? Would I have a live stream? Would I not? And then I thought of somebody. He's not going to say no. He's just the yes man, the Dewey man. So without further ado, let's say hello to Mr. Dewey Ski. So let's see, hello. What's going on, Dewey? How are you today?
Everybody, how you doing tonight, Rafi?
I am doing quite well now that I'm off work and do appreciate you coming in such short notice.
That's okay, and I'll forgive you the champagne and the M&Ms, but next time.
Do you want every color, or is there a color that you cannot stand?
Nope, red's just my favorite color, so that sounded good.
So all red ones?
Whenever I eat M&Ms, I eat them color by color, and the red's always the last one I'll eat.
Because there was I believe there was some type of concert, like a musician, that she wouldn't eat like the brown ones. Like if you get brown ones in there, see, the musician will go nuts. I don't remember who it was, but some of those are. But I heard a little birdie told me that you went on a cruise, and I think I picked the right cruise behind me, right, Dewey?
Yeah, it looks kind of familiar.
Kind of familiar. That is the Carnival Miracle. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And how many days did you spend in there, and where did you go?
Well, we were on her for 7 days, so it was a good week-long cruise. It was nice to get back into the cruising trend. So that was one of my first ones back in since. And Alaska is such a.
We're breaking up.
What was that?
You're breaking up.
Oh, okay. Let me check here.
It was just a couple of seconds.
Okay. Hopefully everything's working okay now.
Okay.
I've got to run me a direct line to my router sometime for lives, because right now I'm just working off the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
But it's all the way in what's going to be my green room, but I'm not hooked up in there yet.
So where did you go on this cruise? Alaska, but what ports did you go? And
Okay, we started off in Seattle, and then we went to the first day was the sea day. That's always a good way to start off a cruise, get you a chance to explore and get used to the ship. Then the next day we went to what they call Tracy Arm Fjord. And at first I was like, well, what the heck's that? You know, what do we don't stop anywhere. Oh my God, you want to talk about someplace beautiful. We spent most of the day there, up to the glacier and back. There was an excursion for those that wanted to get off the boat, take a little boat ride up close to the glaciers and stuff. And Mary Ellen Dillon did that, so she was able to share that experience with us. And the rest of us, we had three of our rooms were right next to each other, so we had them open up the balcony, so we had a large balcony for all of us to share. And we spent all day curled up in warm clothes and blankets and sitting out there watching all the sights roll by. And it was just gorgeous. Mountains and waterfalls and ice flowing by. And then once we got farther in, we got to actually see the glaciers. It was beautiful.
so how was the embarkation process? I mean, was it easy? I mean, I know you have to have your COVID test 3 days before. Now they're trying to do it 2 days before, and that's going to put a extra wrench on people, because you need to be there a day before just to make sure you make it to the cruise. But now it's only 2 days, so you don't know if you're going to get your test, because you didn't get your test right away, didn't you? Do it?
No, when I did mine, it took a day and a half before I got the results, but it wasn't a quick test. It was a PCR test.
Okay.
And so I was glad that I at least got it in time. The embarkation process in Seattle needs a little bit to be desired. If you got there early, like Mary Ellen Dillon had a 10:30 embarkation, she got through everything and got on pretty quick. I was supposed to have a 10:30, but my shuttle got full, so I couldn't even get a shuttle to the cruise port until 11. And so by the time I got in there, from the time we arrived till I got on the boat, was over an hour and 45 minutes. So
that's not too bad, I guess.
That's not too bad, but compared to some others where you hear about how quickly they did things, it was especially since we were so antsy to get on board. But once we got on board, no problems, and it was as crowded as it was in line. It did not seem that crowded on the ship itself.
So is the ship? What was the capacity? It's like
I
it
think
wasn't
it
full, right?
was less than 50%.
Okay.
Somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,300 to 1,500 passengers. We never got heard an official number, but depending on who you asked, you got different reports. But it never, no place ever seemed crowded. You always had plenty of room, didn't have to wait in long lines. And so that was nice. And, that's something we get to enjoy being early cruisers before they ever hit 100% capacity. So I'm going to soak all that up as much as we can.
Was this your first Alaskan cruise?
No, I went to Alaska in 2013. I did a land and sea cruise then.
Okay.
Went to Denali and stuff before I did the cruise part. And to me, Denali was even better than the cruise part, and the cruise is gorgeous. So it's definitely something I recommend people if they get an opportunity to do.
Was that with Princess?
That one was with Holland America.
Holland America. Okay.
Yep.
Because I know Princess, they have land and sea as well, where they stop and they do educate you about where you are and all of that stuff.
And Holland America did the same kind of thing. They have their own lodge up at Denali.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we flew in there to Anchorage, and then we took the train up there all the way up to Denali, and the train ride was just wonderful because you have the big observation cars, and you get to observe and see everything, and they tell you stories all along the way, what you're seeing, what it's like. Fortunate, Denali has got a reputation visible very often because
You're breaking up again.
every day we were there, we got to see it perfectly clear.
Yeah, you're breaking up again, Dewey. You're breaking up again.
I can figure out how to fix that. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's you kind of get pixelated now.
I'm trying to see what else I can turn off here to not absorb all my Wi-Fi.
Okay, no problem. I can hear you now. Let's see here. And so, of course, you have to wear masks everywhere, correct?
Yes and no. You did not have to have it on when you were outside.
Okay.
When you're inside, you had to have it on long enough to get inside somewhere where you'd be sitting, because 99% of the time you're sitting, you're drinking or eating something. So they were not real sticklers about masks. If you went up to a buffet or to a bar or something, they kind of wanted you to have one. But on this ship, they did not need to ride you about it. Of course, most people were supposed to not quarantined, vaccinated already. So I don't think they were as worried about that, which was nice because then you didn't have to run around all over the place with your mask on and get choked up all over.
So when you think about it, are you more of an Alaskan cruiser or of a Caribbean cruiser? I mean, it's like, what's the experience like? Is it totally different?
It is totally different. In the Caribbean, you got warm weather and you're swimming a lot, and everything is beautiful there. In Alaska, it's cooler, doing a lot of swimming. The water's beautiful when you're near the glaciers, because that was one of the things that we really noticed. The glacier waters are almost the color of Caribbean waters. So it was beautiful to get a chance to see, but a little cold if you wanted to try to get in any of the water. Now, of course, the shipboard pools were heated, but you didn't see a whole lot of people in any of the pools there. A few people in the hot tubs now and then, but it wasn't a real swimming cruise.
But there was like a cover pool, right?
They had one pool that was covered, and they had another pool that wasn't. So on the sunny days, it looked good. It just, I don't know. I didn't try any of the water, so I don't know how warm it actually was. But there'd be a few people in it. But Not that many on this one. Most of the time, the weather we very rarely got out 60s for a high on any of the days. And the first few days, it was cloudy, overcast, and even a little rainy now and then. So it really wasn't outdoor weather. You stuck pretty much indoors most of the time. Even when we were sitting on our balconies, and we were bundled up with hoodies on and blankets and drinking hot cocoa with rum, because it was too pretty to not be there, but it was a little on the chilly side, and there was a lot of wind. So the first couple of days were a little rocky on the ship because of the wind. Didn't see anybody getting sick, though, so it wasn't overly rocky. Either that or everybody's got used to it and they don't get seasick anymore.
Did you get the drink package?
Yeah, no, I didn't this time. I thought I had, but I accidentally got the wrong one. I got the bubbles package instead.
Okay.
So, which was good because I don't always drink a lot, and I do love. The only sad thing with it was that the bubbles package doesn't include the coffees in the morning.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So, whereas the drink package would include your specialty coffees and stuff. So, and when I tried to see about getting it switched around, it kind of, after the first day when I realized I'm not really drinking that heavily, it really wasn't worth it for me. So I didn't bother to switch.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing the drink up package on the Mardi Gras. And, it's like comparing how many days I'm going to be on the ship, how many days I'm going to be off. It's like sometimes when you have too many stops, you spend more time out of the ship than in the ship. So it's like, I don't know if it's worth it to spend, $900 for the two of us in case Amanda gets to go. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's like you said, when you got to pay for two people, that's kind of hard. I definitely will remember to get the right drink package because I do love my coffees in the morning, and that would include your waters and all kinds of drinks, whereas the bubbly package just included your sodas and didn't include a lot of stuff. So that was a mistake I'll try not to make again. But and I probably overall I did not spend enough to balance out what a drink package. So that worked out well.
Did you have any onboard credit? Because I know you cancel a lot of cruises. Did you have anything?
On that one, I only had like $100.
Okay.
But on like my Mardi Gras trip coming up this weekend, I've got over $600 of credit. So I've got plenty of money I can spend on things that I don't sign up for ahead of time.
If anybody has any questions, please put them on the chat. We'll make sure Dewey, once Dewey starts talking, he never be quiet. if you have been on an excursion or an all-inclusive or on a cruise with him, he will talk your head off. I mean, he has stories after story after story. It's a wonderful thing. I mean, and I'm here just to also say thank you for being with my wife Amanda on an excursion that I missed. I can't believe I missed that one because that one looked fantastic. That's the last video I posted on the Saona Island. Dewey was able to be there with Amanda, and if you haven't watched it, he is a main part on that video, as well as Kim and Neil and Ronnie and Alma. But I know Dewey had a lot to say about a lot of things.
Yeah, that's one thing about me. I can ramble on quite a while if somebody doesn't stop me. So.
There you go. Published capacity is 2124 on the Miracle. So I guess
it didn't seem like it was that busy.
So is that the total people that can be on the Miracle, or is that how many people were there, Mary Ellen? Oh, okay. Amanda is picking up Chinese food. That's why she's not here.
Tell her to pick up some for me too and deliver.
Okay. Let me say, Dewey wants some. Okay. So, what's it? What do you think about the ship? Was it too small? Was it just right?
Size-wise, it's my favorite size. That I do not. Overall, I do not think I'd be a fan of the big ships. I've got some I'm sailing on coming up, and I'll find out for sure. But I like the smaller ships, the more intimate environment and stuff. This is about the size ship that I like on Holland America. It's even got some areas that lay out very similar. The design on this ship, it was quite interesting. It was very visually stimulating wherever you went. It didn't have a dull environment anywhere in it. There was always plenty to look and see. And, for something called the Miracle, it's like it seemed just amazing with all the colors and shapes and themes that they had going on. It was a lot of fun, really.
What was your favorite place to be on the ship, other than in the balcony? Because the balcony, is amazing to have three people right next to each other. I mean, I think that's the beauty of your trip right now.
Yeah, so that was fun. But of course, most of the trip after that first day when we were in the fjord, the rest of the time we were off doing other things, so we didn't spend a whole lot of time on the balconies there, but we were sure glad to have it for that. But my favorite spot on the ship was probably a toss-up between what would be called the atrium bar. They didn't call it that, but their atrium bar was smaller, but it was a nice place to always centralize whenever we were going to meet. It's like, okay, let's all meet there. And we liked the piano bar, and I liked the area around the coffee shop and stuff. It was a good place to kind of kick back and relax in the morning. I'm an early riser, and so I like to go down and get some coffee and sit and look out the windows and watch people walking by, in the room and all. So that was always a nice place for me to hang out early in the day.
That's my favorite thing about the cruising. I just sit on the pool deck and just people watch all day. I mean, I can people watch all day.
Yeah, and I'm like you. I can people watch all day long and be perfectly content, and I just love to kind of make up stories like what's their story? Oh yeah, what are they up to and all that stuff. It was nice, and most of it was funny because being a carnival ship, you usually think of it as a young crowd full of wild partiers. This was more like a Holland America type cruise since it was Alaska. It was an older crowd. There wasn't any really wild parties going on. It was nothing like what you expect a normal carnival environment to be like, in my opinion.
You telling me that Neil and Kimberly didn't go crazy?
Not that I ever saw. If they did it in the privacy of their own cabin. Hi, Sean and Alana. Sorry I missed you the first time around. You said hello. But it was great. We had a wonderful crowd of people. There were 6 of us all together, and most everything we did together. Our excursions, everybody did it separately. Sometimes we did things together. Sometimes they weren't. But it was nice on the days that we all did something different, because then when we got together afterwards, we had something to talk about.
Something to talk about, exactly. So you're saying that you didn't eat at the same places every night? Some people will get buffets, some people
most of the time at night we would eat in a group. Sometimes we went to the steakhouse twice, and it was the best. That was the best eating on the ship.
Which one? I'm sorry?
The steakhouse.
The steakhouse. Yeah, because I heard some bad comments about the buffet.
The buffet was very, very, it was so disappointing. Even Neil gave up on the buffet and started eating in the dining room with us, and he's a buffet fan.
Mm-hmm.
So
the dining room was pretty good.
What was that again?
The dining room was pretty good.
I thought it was. Yep. I was not disappointed with any of the food. I was kind of disappointed in some of their selections. It was kind of lackluster sometimes. They really didn't have a lot of times we look at the menu and it's like, okay, do we want to go there? Do we want to go somewhere else? There were very few nights where it's like, oh, wow, we're going to the NDR tonight. But the food they had was good. So that's why we ended up at the steakhouse twice. Now the steakhouse was good. There were a few differences in opinion on the quality of the food. Fortunately, both my nights were good, but there were a few people that got some overcooked steaks, and that's always bad in a steakhouse.
Yeah. I mean, if that's all you do is cook steaks, you better cook it the right way. Yes.
Oh yeah. But the service was outstanding. We were always there early or later in the evening, so we were often both times I think we were the last tables to clear out of there. So it was like we had a private dining room all to ourselves, and we really enjoyed the attention that was paid to us. And they did things right. They know which side to serve on. The ladies got served first. It was the full service package. It was really fun, and I enjoy that kind of thing.
Now that I'm saying hi to the Journey with the Gingers, you've probably seen it on Facebook and on YouTube. But I will be, together with my wife, we will be their guest on Thursday, 6 my time, so I think it's 7 Eastern. So
I should still be here, so I can catch up with you online and watch everything.
I heard. So you guys got cocoa and rum on the balcony, huh?
Yeah. So that when it gets cold out there, we needed something warm to drink, and the hot chocolate was wonderful on the ship. It was delicious, and of course, everything goes good with rum. So he made a little of that in, and just helps warm you up a little bit more.
So what kind of rum was it? Was it like Caribbean rum or just regular rum, or?
I couldn't even tell you. I'm not a rum expert, so I ordered the vanilla rum, but I couldn't tell you anything much past that.
Okay. No, I thought somebody got a bottle or something, and you were like mixing hot cocoa with.
No, we just got this straight from we got the cocoa from the buffet, and then stopped by the bar to get the shot of rum in it. So.
Oh, I see.
That was the good thing they did have on the buffet. They had good cocoa.
Oh, they were able to use onboard credit in the casino. Well, that's good to know, because I have, unless they cut it in half, if Amanda doesn't go, I have about $750 on onboard credit for the Mardi Gras.
I've got $650, I think, on the Mardi Gras, and I've paid for everything already. So I'll be looking to use up some of that.
Are you on our cruise?
On the one coming up this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know how much
we are going on October 30th.
Yeah, I can't remember how much. I don't think I have that much on that one.
And I believe Nurse Nancy is talking about her Mardi Gras cruise tonight. So I cannot wait to see that if I'm still awake.
I've been following a lot of the Mardi Gras vlogs just to see what to be prepared for. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. And like I said, I have an idea of doing a 30-day from the last day of, September till the cruise. I'm going to do one blog every day about what I'm looking forward for the Mardi Gras. So
that's one thing about the Mardi Gras being new and big. There's so much on there that it's like 1 week just isn't enough to really see and do everything.
Exactly. I cannot wait, though. I cannot wait. Hopefully the restrictions are lowered. I can only dream, right?
Well, even if we have restrictions, it sure beats sitting home and just watching videos about it. So
yes, for sure. Hopefully it's no canceling. That's all I care.
Yeah, that's the key thing. No canceling. And because that being on it both this time and in October will really help, because then whatever I don't catch this time, I can always try to make a point of catching in October.
Okay. So which one was your favorite stop?
My favorite excursion was probably Skagway, which was our first port stop. It's a cute little community. It's really dependent on cruising, and we took the train. They have what they call the White Line Pass. It's supposed to go all the way up the mountains into Canada, but unfortunately, part of it was closed because they were doing some bridge repairs. So we only got to go about halfway, which was still an interesting trip and full of a lot of beautiful things to see. But I'd been on it years ago, so I knew what was up that we didn't get to see, and I really wish we'd have been able to go there. But that was fun, and then we had a nice tour around town and got some stories about how the town started and the founding fathers, and even stopped by an old prospector's cemetery where the guide had a lot of interesting stories to tell about that. So it was a lot of fun.
I bet. Do you think this question is related to me, to you, or to both?
I definitely would not recommend going to Punta Cana.
No, buddy. If you want to go to Mexico. What is it? The Rio Palace Peninsula.
Yeah.
Fantastic. My wife's been there twice. Dewey's been there. Yeah.
And some of the ones that Neil and Kim got a chance to see this summer when they were there are looking pretty darn interesting as well. So
the one that they had a video today, it looks pretty good, and the color scheme is not the same. I just want a nice beach.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure they have a nice place to relax. But I wouldn't go to Punta Cana. Wrong. I don't know if this question was to tease me a little bit, but they do have great excursions in the room. So just I leave you with that one.
Yeah, the excursion was the best part of our trip, not counting the company that we were with, because that was beautiful. It was an opportunity to see and do things you wouldn't normally do, and it was safe. Nobody got sick or anything. So it was good. And it's a shame that you weren't able to be there with us, but hopefully we shared enough memories and vlogs, you'll be able to get to enjoy it.
Yeah, watching that vlog that my wife did is like, wow, amazing.
She did a wonderful job. I was really impressed.
It was good. I had to cut off almost half of the thing because he was going and going and going. It's like, it's like the attention span of people, that once they pass the 10-minute mark, it's like.
Yeah, but there was so much to see and do on that, and she did a good job of trying to hit everything on it. So.
You guys making out after the okay. So you did an excursion in the Skagway, or you just did the train, right?
Yeah, we did that in Skagway, and then when we went to Juneau, we did the whale watching. Yeah. And we got to actually see. We didn't see whales actually breaching where they jump all the way up and all, but we did see a lot of whales and a lot of whale tails, and we got some good shots, hopefully, of all of that. So that was a nice trip, and it was a beautiful day for it.
Did you do the whale watching with Neil, or did you do it with somebody else? Because I know you went in two groups, right?
Yeah, me and Mary Ellen Dillon and Ronnie and Alma were on one, and I think Neil and Kim went on a different one because they were on a bigger trip that included other things besides the whale watching.
Okay, because I remember them saying that their ship was pretty empty and yours was pretty full.
Yeah, it was nice to have enough room that you could. Of course, being tall, I just stand in the middle and I can shoot across top of everybody, so it's not a problem for me. But
any drone footage this time or not?
Nope, I didn't even take my drone on this trip, mainly because I didn't think we'd have much opportunity to be able to get to use it, and the fact that I had to pack for two different trips, I needed all the room I could in my suitcase. Because I went to the Branson trip afterwards, so you got cold weather on one trip and hot weather on the other, so I needed the room.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I wonder, do you know if they have any cruises that will go to Hawaii and Alaska on the same cruise? That would be kind of interesting, don't you think?
I know there's at least one, possibly, but I couldn't tell you which line it is. I think I remember hearing about one where they did do the whole thing. Now that would be really interesting. Of course, it would be rough to pack for because there again you got
I would call it the fire and ice cruise.
Yeah,
like
I can handle a cruise like that because you get a lot of sea days, you get good viewing on either end. It's like I would love that.
Yeah, I think so. Of course, it has to be at least a 14-day, probably.
Yeah,
And that's
and
kind of
being from the Midwest, it's one thing I like about living here in Florida now. I'm not going to miss all that cold and snow, but the cold in Alaska was cool. It was, I wouldn't call it real cold, but you could easily dress for it and plan for it. And it sure beats when it's down here 90 and 100 degrees and high humidity. We were comfortable. Even in Seattle, I think the highest it got was like 75. So it was very pleasant to roam around downtown and sit outside. If we went to a little cafe for breakfast both days we were there and got to sit outside and enjoy that. And Seattle's got a good downtown vibe. It's kind of fun to just look around, and you get a lot of mix of old and new, and it's a nice town. We'll be going back there some more.
Did you get to go to the Space Needle or anything like that? Or?
I did not on this trip because I was having problems with my leg and I didn't feel like walking so much. But when I was there in October, I went to the Space Needle and to Pike's Place Market and stuff. So I had been there. Okay. But so I decided not, especially since I still had some more trip to go and airports to walk around. I really didn't think my leg would hold up very well.
Yeah, because I know Ronnie and Alma knows a lot about walking back to the hotel. Looked like there were some people setting up tents and stuff.
Yeah, they did a lot of walking on the beginning side of the trip and exploring all that, and they found a lot of the crackhead population in downtown. And then Neil and Kim did all the walking at the back side of the trip. And, it depends what time of day you're doing the walking and stuff, how bad the locals can be. Okay. And fortunately, most of the time they were not pesky or anything. So you didn't have to worry about them approaching you and harassing you or anything. It was just kind of when you're in an environment where you don't have a lot of homeless, it's always something interesting to see and witness.
No, that was my daughter. She's watering the plants outside. And look what Neil has to say. No Punta Cana. I repeat, not Punta Cana.
Yes. Yeah, I think you're going to have to bind us and blindfold us and everything else before you get any of us to want to go back there.
I know one of our cruises goes to the DR, but, I think it's Amber Cove and La Romana or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's going to be in and out for me.
Yeah, that's a different part of the Dominican. I'm hoping, and I'm like, if I do anything, it's not going to be wandering into anything where you can get into trouble there. I'll stick pretty much to the beach resorts or something, and kind of keep safe. Burn me once, shame on me. Burn me twice or something. However that goes. I'm not going to fall for it anyway.
That was Amanda. She just joined in, but we're a little bit behind on the chat. But hello, Amanda.
Hey, Amanda. Welcome home.
So I guess you are you gonna do videos of what you saw? Were you blogging a lot, or?
I've got one where I did a time lapse all the way through the fjord. And I'm working on it now, trying to run in and then superimposing snapshots and short video clips of interesting sights along the way on that. And that'll probably be the only one that I'm really going to do on there. I didn't spend a lot of time getting vlogging material. I wanted to just enjoy the cruise. And since there really wasn't that much new I could get that somebody else hasn't already done, or wouldn't do in our crowd. And I just wanted to kind of concentrate more on having fun. Hey, Sherry, good to meet you this weekend.
I know. You got to go to Branson, right?
Yes.
Did you enjoy Branson?
I did, and I like Branson. This was like my 5th trip to Branson.
Okay.
And so I went there a couple of days early after we left the Alaska trip. And so I got a chance to meet up with everybody and So I got a bunch of in-person greetings that I got to see of people I hadn't seen before or just seen online, and so that was a lot of fun. We all had a lot of fun with.
Who did you meet that you were waiting to meet?
Yeah, Sherry and her husband. I got to meet them on the first day because they were one of them that got to town early. So we went out for pizza for dinner one night, and then I got to meet Danny, Griswold, and Landon. They were there, and Blaine Rayleigh. He was there. Got to meet Redhead Riding Hood,
and Danny.
And got
Danny?
to meet. Do what?
Danny Griswold.
Yep. He got to meet him, and
Kenneth?
Paul Vibes got to meet him. Matter of fact, the first day I met him was at the Branson Bell, the steamboat that we went on for dinner. And he was standing right beside me, and I didn't know it since I hadn't met him before till he spoke. And then once he spoke, it's like, I know that voice.
What about Kenneth? Did you meet Kenneth?
Yeah, Kenneth was there. Got to meet him. Got to meet. Now I can't remember all of the channel's name, but Marshall was there from. I can't remember. I'd have to look at my stickers. They're on the back of the computer. And. Oh God, I'm drawing blanks now all of a sudden. But there was probably about 15 of us, I think, at least there.
Yeah, it looked. I mean, I was supposed to go, but this weekend I went to the state banquet for gymnastics, where they award, all the gymnasts that made it to state or farther. So my daughter got a couple of plaques in there. So the food is not the greatest. But we get to spend a night away on the embassy suites, and they have a happy hour for 2 hours. That's the best part.
There you go.
I am in the banquet, and then I run to get another drink. I run back to the banquet because those things can be a little bit boring in a way. But here is Dan Anders. He's asking, what steak did you have at the steakhouse?
The first night I had the Wagyu steak. That was awesome.
The what?
The Wagyu. Wagu, I think it is. And it was awesome. It was very, very good. I'd never had that before. And the second night I had the ribeye steak because I'd seen Neil had that the first night and it really looked good. So, but and we even got to do the fancy dessert where they do make the art in front of you.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
We did that on the second visit, and they bring out a giant cutting board, and they start making all these designs out of different syrups and fruits, and they put a big chocolate ball in the middle and crack it open and put a bunch of ice cream in it, and then you all just kind of dive into the display. So I'm sure somebody will have a video up on that. And if not, I've got one on it too. So
did you try Guy's Burgers?
I did. We had that on the first day. It was good. I wasn't overly impressed. I mean, as many people as speak up so highly about it. We had quite a few of us that it was a lot of times the burgers were like overcooked and stuff, so they weren't at their best quality on this cruise.
Okay.
But as much as everybody else often talks about how good Guy's Burgers are, I'll definitely try it on another boat and see what it's like. But this wasn't impressive.
Yeah, my route on Mardi Gras is gonna be get in, Guy's Burgers, and Shack's Chicken.
I'm anxious to try the Shack's Chicken because you hear a lot about that. And I did like the Blue Iguana. I had them for breakfast one morning and lunch another day. And I do like their burritos. They were good.
So it's like a Mexican style breakfast?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
So what did they have on the burrito?
I didn't have any of their tacos, but their tacos look good. So I just didn't. I don't eat lunch a lot of times on the ship, and when I do, it's usually just like something light to tide over till dinner. So
One question I noticed on the first few cruises, people were serving themselves at the buffet. Was this the same case
Yeah,
still?
yeah. This buffet, it was all self-service. They didn't have anything in the way of special rules. They had signs up that said you should honor social distancing, but nobody enforced any of that. They didn't require gloves or anything like that. They would, well, like I said, the buffet was very small and very limited too. For all the different food stations that they have on this ship, most of them serve the same thing, at least for lunch. I was never there in the evening for dinner to see what they had to offer, but for breakfast and lunch, it was very limited offerings, and it was definitely not. In most of the time, it wasn't impressive. Their sausage gravy for breakfast looked more like a cream soup, and their oatmeal looked more like what I think sausage gravy should look like. Because I almost put oatmeal on my biscuits one time.
Here is MGM Family Travel. Make sure that you check them out. They are on after us, and they always have a great time. I love the Steven rants. Uh, those are my favorite for sure on that channel with Bill and Lucy.
Yeah, Steve definitely adds an interesting twist there.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. I'm packing from this Alaska cruise and repacking for the horizon on 9/12. Wow.
Yeah, I've been spending most of the day. I got things unpacked because I just got in last night about 3 in the morning. And so when I finally got up today, I'm on my fourth load of laundry right now.
Wow. And you mentioned that you were going through mail and packages. Were those like just outside your house? Is there a place where they keep them or?
Yeah, most of them are outside. Fortunately, when I've got a video doorbell, so I can always see if they start stacking up. Then I've got friends I can
Okay.
call. They'll come over and bring them in the house for me, so they're not sitting out there too long.
Okay.
And of course, a lot of mail because I hadn't checked the mail in a couple of weeks. So working on that, got through most of the mail and got all the boxes opened anyway.
So what's next for you? What's the next trip?
Well, this weekend, Friday, I go to Port Canaveral, and Saturday we hit the Mardi Gras.
You fly there?
No, I'll just drive up to Canaveral.
Oh, you're close enough to drive, right?
Yeah, it's only I think like it's supposed to be like 2.5 or 3 hours away.
Oh, okay. Still a little bit of a
Yeah, but I'll go up there on Friday, and then supposed to meet up with a bunch of people that are going to be coming in on Friday night.
Okay.
And Saturday, of course, is the cruise. And then when I get back from that, about less than a week later, go on my first weekend cruise. I'll be going on Mariner of the Seas.
Oh, I love that ship. I love that ship.
I've been hearing a lot of good about it.
Yeah, I do. I do have a blog for that ship and the Navigator.
Robert and Maria Norris, they go on weekend cruises all the time and speak highly of them. So
yeah,
I'll get a chance to find out.
From Friday to Monday, and you don't really miss work. And if you live in Florida, it's just perfect.
Oh, and being here in Florida, it is good because you don't have to travel to get there, and you get opportunities for last minute deals that are out of this world. And even just being a resident of Florida, you get some good rates on stuff. So,
you have a Florida driver license yet?
Oh yeah, I got that quickly because my driver's license in Illinois expired early last month, so I had to get Florida driver's license pretty quickly, just so I didn't have to get one and then quickly renew it into a different state. So I've been licensed in Florida since July 1st. So.
Since July 1st, you are a Floridian. That is
There's
good.
Now more of me here than in Illinois. So
yeah, the Mariner, they have the flow rider on the back because it's one of those, and they optimize. And they have the slides are fantastic. They have the jumping, the virtual jumping deals on the top. It's pretty amazing. And then they have the promenade with the That's what I do when I go on the Mariner or on the Navigator. I don't go to the buffet to get my first meal. I go to the promenade and I go to the Cafe Promenade where they have the pizza and sandwiches. Because usually people rush to the buffet and there's nobody there.
Well, I'm looking forward to checking them out. I'll be on 4 different Royal Caribbean ships between now and the end of the year, so I get a real good chance to try them out. And they've been going through some price drops lately. 3 of the 4 cruises I got booked with them, I've got major reductions in prices in the last few days.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So if anybody's got a Royal Cruise, make sure you check it out. They're going down.
Wow.
Matter of fact, my Oasis cruise, it's a week-long cruise. I saved almost half of what it cost me originally. Matter of fact, most of them, I think the savings has been almost half of what it cost me to sign up ahead of time. So
yeah, I don't think I'm in it Royal. I have the Mardi Gras. Then on December 5th, I got Virgin with the Cruise World, Life is Good Today, and the 6 Traveling Shorts. So that's gonna be a fun one because it's adults only.
Yeah.
So, and then on April 23rd, I got Disney on the Fantasy. That way I have all 4 ships before I hackle the Wish. And then October 15th with the Down Unders. And then the Bloggers Cruise on, what is it, February or something like that? I don't know. It's too far away for me to think about it.
January of 23 for the Bloggers.
Yeah, January 23 with everybody. It seems like everybody's on that one.
Yeah, I've got, counting this weekend, I've got 9 cruises through the end of this year, 12 next year so far, and 3 already in 23. So
you have 3 on 23 already? Wow.
Yep. I got the
Vloggers.
Got the Vloggers cruise. I'm doing the Greece and Italy, and then I'm also going on another one in October, I think it is. So.
Wow. Yeah, usually when we cruise is October because that's when our anniversary is. So next year during the cruise we celebrate our 20th anniversary.
And then next year, with all this cruising, we're going to Egypt in November, so that's going to be fun.
I know that's right after my cruise, so that will be my 2 weeks. I do one in April, one there. There's 2 weeks. I cannot take any more, unfortunately, because of this job. I need to find another job when I can work from home again.
There you go.
That way I can travel anywhere as long as I have a computer.
Yeah, if anybody has a desire to go to Egypt, this is the trip to go. We hit practically everything that's worth seeing in Egypt, and it's not a bad price at all. So if you're interested in Egypt, I'd have to look it up. I can't remember, but it's like a little over $3,000 for a 12-day trip. And
yeah, I mean, when you go to Egypt and you see everything there is to see, I mean, and I think it's a guided tour, right?
Yes, we have our it's a private tour for just our group. We'll have our own tour guide that goes with us the entire trip, and so he'll get familiar with us. If we like to spend more time in one place than another, he can adapt things as we go along. We're going to have a Nile cruise. We're going to get to see all kinds of pyramids and museums, and I mean, you name it, and we're going to be doing it. So if anybody's interested in going to Egypt, make sure to get a hold of Neil and Kim at 2 Travel and Tour, because they're the ones organizing this, and she's put together a heck of a trip.
Yes, Amanda, yes.
Egypt has got to be better than Punta Cana was.
Yeah, I wish I could go to Egypt, but I'm sure one of these days, one time that I get to visit my parents in Spain, that's not going to be a far trip from us, because Africa is right underneath Spain. So I'm sure we can do like a flight there and see what there is to see.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to Egypt in February of this year, but then that's when things started kind of blowing up again with Corona. People decided they weren't really comfortable going yet, so we hopefully things will be settled down by this time next year.
Thank you, Amanda. Yes, if you
I
haven't
do
seen
have to
my,
give you credit. I love those excursions from your room.
yeah,
That
I
was
mean,
very creative.
I had to keep my mind occupied because in other ways, I was sick. So it was. I think it was the COVID that did those excursions.
Well, that COVID had a blessing then because they were entertaining to the rest of us.
But you can tell, like every day, it was getting a little bit worse and worse. Like, it was horrendous being in that room. Thank goodness I had Ronnie and Alma upstairs to make me laugh a little bit.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I felt so sorry for you because it was obvious that you were the sickest of everybody, and you did not look very happy at all.
Wish we could have been there. Yes, it sounds amazing. Yeah, the cruise to Alaska. We had an Alaskan cruise booked on 19, one of the free ones from Princess, and of course they got canceled. And now they're showing up again in Princess website, the free ones. So hopefully I get to go to Alaska, but I think I'm gonna have to wait a couple of more years or find another job.
Well, we definitely will. I think everybody on this cruise agreed that they'll definitely be going back again at least once.
Rafi, I had to ask that question, but I was trying to be funny. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, I'm going back already to Alaska next summer on Holland America because I was supposed to have been on them in July this year, and my trip got canceled, and that was the one where I was going to finally get a suite. So they shifted me to next summer because that cancellation wasn't a Corona related; it was just their boo boo.
Look at me with my words. Oh, you enjoy me speaking. All right. This is saying like I'm quiet at home. I don't talk as much that I'm when talking on the live streams.
See, and I'm even letting you get a word in edgewise.
I know. It's been great, and it's almost over. We got about 5 more minutes. So you say the next one is the Mardi Gras, right?
Yes,
And
that's the Sheridan Sea Group cruise. So.
Is it a week?
Yep.
A week from today.
Actually, nope. It's this Saturday, so in 6 days, 5 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's Sharon at Sea, and who else is going? Anybody else that you know?
Oh, well, I know Sharon at Sea is going to be there, and there's I don't know what the total. I think there's like 40 or 50 people at least on this cruise.
Hold on, Amanda, you want to say hi to Dewey? We're almost over. I know. I'm having like the best time out there. Sorry. She just came in and she said, "I'm behind on my chat, and Neil is hilarious." It's like, Neil, don't get it go to your head, buddy.
That's one thing I've got to get worked on, where I can talk and view the chat all at the same time because I miss a lot of exciting stuff.
Yeah, because I'm behind. There she comes. Oh, hold on. She's wearing green, so I don't know if she's gonna disappear. Hawaii for Long Beach is a 14-day cruise alone. Wow, yeah. Laugh out loud, Amanda. His moderator, hi from Rafael. Oh my God. This is funny. Well, I mean, it's because I'm talking to Dewey. It's like I'm trying to focus on him. Let's see if she disappears or not. Hold on.
Hey, hi Amanda.
Hi Dewey.
How are you?
I'm good. I just walked in the door.
Here, you talk to him for the next 5 minutes. Ask him questions.
Yeah. So you guys have been doing a great job already, like talking about the cruise and everything. We wish we could have gone.
I wish you could have been there too, because we had a good old time.
Yeah, I think that you guys had an amazing time. So how many excursions did you do? You probably already said.
3 different excursions. I did anyway, because we went Skagway, we went on the train. Juneau, we did the whale watching, and Ketchikan, I did the native village tour and the lumberjack show. So
That's so cool. Do you see a lot of whales on the whale watching?
we actually did. I don't know how many we saw all together, but we had the opportunity. Our captain was good about getting us turned around so we could see them whenever they popped up. We didn't get to see any that were actually jumping out, but we did see enough where we got some whale tails and a lot of spouts where they blew and stuff like that. So it was quite enjoyable.
The pictures that you guys have posted have just been like amazing. We wanted to go there so bad, for sure.
One thing I like about this whale watching, when I was there in 2013, it was Murphy's Law of whale photographs. Wherever my camera was pointing, the whales were somewhere else.
Yeah, that would be me. That would be me.
The best I got was some rippled water after I turned.
Like, I promised there was a whale that was just there.
Yeah, but on this trip, fortunately, they stayed kind of in an area where you knew where they were going to be, and it was a lot easier to photograph them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, Chris, thank you for being here. I know you're hurting, buddy, after your surgery yesterday. So thank you very much. Sorry.
Yeah,
continue.
No, you're fine.
That's devoted, Chris. I know you got to be feeling miserable right now, but yet you're still here. We'll try not to make you laugh too hard, because you know it hurts when you laugh.
No, I think he had a spinal fusion. That's major.
He had a disc removed in his neck and replaced. And that just hurts thinking about it.
It does, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. Like that's a lot.
And you notice that he went to Branson as well.
We missed Branson too because of our daughter.
Yeah, that was a great
good reason to miss, but I wish we could have been there for that as well.
Yeah, I love Branson anyway, so this was a real fun meetup because I got to go in a couple of days early and do the things I like to do when I'm there. And then when it came time for the meetup, I didn't have to worry about, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. It was a lot of fun just getting to meet everybody. So the only thing I didn't do is I didn't go to Silver Dollar City with everybody.
Yes, we love Silver Dollar City.
And I've never been there yet, as many times as I've been to Branson. But it was hot.
It's the best.
It was hot, and I just did not feel like.
I hear you. Like, my favorite thing that we have ever, all the times we've been to Silver Dollar City, yes, my favorite thing we've ever done was the last time we went and did the caves that are underneath Silver Dollar City.
Marble cave.
Wow.
I didn't even know they were there before this trip, and they are like the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah.
I loved that. I mean, you really have to be able to like climb down a lot of stairs, and they lift you back up. I can't remember. You get in like these carts or something like that to come back up, but so beautiful.
Hold on. And after hearing everybody talk about the things they did, I really wished I had gone there.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. Such a fun place. I know. I already saw that.
Thank you very much. That's how far behind I am. But
it's because Dewey is like so interesting, and like you start talking to him, and you lose track of everything else. So you're just like so focused on what he's saying that you lost track of the whole conversation that was happening.
Exactly.
You did.
I mean, today was all about Dewey. It wasn't about. I mean, I was just trying to keep up and show the messages, but he's
very engaging. Yeah. No, you're engaging though, and like you're such a good speaker, and you describe things well. So that's easy to do.
I find it a lot more entertaining to be a guest than when I hosted my own show, because I had problems filling the whole time. I was doing a lot of
I'm surprised by that, because I think you're such a good like communicator and you speak so well. So
I think what my problem was doing live shows, I was trying to pay attention to the chat and talk all at the same time. Yeah. It just
that's hard.
I have to do a lot of work on that before I can get it down pat.
That's difficult. I couldn't do that either.
But when I'm just on with somebody else, then it's like I don't have to worry
You
about.
don't have to do anything. Just be
and,
your charming self.
and there's somebody else to talk now and then, so I can still take a look at the chat without long pauses.
Ours is the 19th, and October 19th. So we'll be 20 years on a cruise next year.
Oh my
Way to
gosh.
go! 20 years.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, so
Where did those 20 years go?
I know. I was looking at the picture of my daughter. Like yesterday, she was 1, and now she's 7.
I know.
It's amazing how fast they grow on you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Just flies by.
When I go to Branson, I like you ever heard of the Duttons?
The what?
The Duttons?
No, haven't heard of that.
It's a family of, God, imagine that, a family of entertainers in Branson.
In Branson?
But they have their own theater, their own hotel and everything. So I always stay there. That's what got me to Branson in the first place, was I saw them on a Christmas special on PBS back in 2003. And then researching them, I found out they were in Branson, and then we started going to Branson.
That's cool.
So now I always stay there. They're they are one big family, and they treat you as a guest like their family. When I was there last year and was in the hospital with the kidney stones, they took care of my stuff for me. They didn't charge me for the days I was in the hospital, and they were just like having a family looking out for me.
That's so nice. So, we live pretty close to Branson, so can you send us some information about them?
Oh yeah, I can easily do that.
So we can check that out.
Yeah, they're great entertainers, and it's funny because over the years, you have mom and pop, and then all the kids, and now all the kids are having kids, and their kids now are to the age where before long they'll start having kids. So
that's awesome.
It's like I've watched a lot of these kids grow up over the years.
Sounds like a teacher or something, right?
Yeah. And it just makes it that much more entertaining because I don't know how many there are together now by the time you count the whole family. And I don't think there's one of them in the family that doesn't have a talent.
That's really cool.
So it's really, really a good show. And then they go to Arizona in the wintertime, and they have a theater there as well. So
that's really cool. Yeah, I want to check that out, though. Because we've been talking about planning a trip since we didn't get to go to Branson. To Silver Dollar City. So I would like to check that out for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll definitely send you some links to their stuff because they're very entertaining. And of course, it's hard to find any show in Branson that isn't entertaining. But
that's true.
We went there. We saw at least 2 shows a day the whole time we were there.
Oh, yeah. It's so much fun.
And it's like the show, you get wrapped up watching the shows, you forget that you got to take time to eat somewhere too.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're going to a show that has a meal with it. But
I'm going to do that.
I'm coming back to where Amanda was saying about the underground of Silver Dollar City. We went on a guided tour, but after that they have a candlelight tours. So all you see is the candlelight you're carrying, and you're going on this cave. They shut all the lights out that you see when you go on the regular tour, and you go in there, and it's like the people that was there when they discovered them.
They give you the experience of what it was like for those people. I forgot about that. It's really cool.
Yeah, we're about to finish here, Gary. So no problem. Amanda just came in, so we're stepping on their toes a little bit.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I'll have to definitely check that out because I love caves. I think.
You would love it. It's so beautiful. I had no idea that was underneath Silver Dollar City.
We have a video on our channel. You can check out. It's kind of dark, and it's one of our first videos, but it is there. It's called the Marble Cave. Marble Cave. Just like the marble, from the superheroes.
Oh, Marble, okay.
Yeah, Marble Cave.
Not marble, because that's what it sounds like when he says B's and V's.
Marble.
Always switches them.
Marble.
I'm glad he said superheroes because then I got.
He is a B.
It's funny. They're pronounced the same. There's a B and a B.
Yeah. So, actually, when he says our last name, he says Biso, not Viso.
Yeah.
did you remember the restaurant that Neil and Kim went to on one of the trips, where it was in a cave?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Was that on you guys' trip the first
No.
time?
No, I wish it was.
No.
I'd love to go there. I guess that was
we
in
saw
Cancun, so.
we saw them on that trip because of the hurricane, I believe. They were staying where the hurricane happened, and then they moved to.
Was it that trip? I get all the trips mixed up anymore.
Hold on. Maybe hold on.
you have to
All
hurry
right, time
them.
to take the dog out. Rafael, Amanda, Julie, great seeing you. So, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And thank you very much, Dewey.
Dewey, thank you.
Because we know
my pleasure.
The MGM. So, do you want to say some final words here for the people that are still here?
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for coming here and supporting Rafi and Amanda's work here. They do good work, and hopefully we'll see you on a cruise soon.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And again, this is Amanda. I'm Rafael. Visos Travel. Remember, life is short.
Travel more.
See you guys in the next chat.
Bye, Dewey.